you're watching the Cycle Channel, we really ring your bell. Really. Okay, I'm Isabella Buzzer, and I'm here with militant cyclist Cy Clist in a world-exclusive interview with the man who's calling on cyclists everywhere to sit up in their saddles and put the brakes on cyclists being the nice guy. Welcome back, Cy.
Thanks.
Now, we've watched your commercial, but what really caused the big fuss, of course, was a speech you made at a mass cycle rally. This is where people say, you crossed the line. Let's take a look at some of that footage so that our viewers can follow what we're talking about.
I have a dream. I have a dream of a city crisscrossed by cycle paths and empty of cars. I have a dream. I have a dream of a land where cyclists can pedal with dignity and respect without fear of the door slam, of the side swipe, of the sidewalk squeeze. And in this land, I see cyclists smiling everywhere. Because they are happy. Because they can weave as they cycle. Because they can weave without fear of hitting 2 tons of steel. But, my fellow cyclists, this land will not come easy. And in the words of the revolutionary Mahatma Gandhi, in order to obtain freedom, we must end cooperation with those who rule the roads. We must make the world impossible for cars. We must cycle the wrong way down every one-way street, ignoring the stop signs and the stoplights that hinder our progress. We must pedal boldly down the middle of every street and expressway until we bring traffic to a standstill. Until drivers realize the futility of their machines, until they abandon them where they stand, and until they take out the bicycle, pedaling beside us in a great tsunami of bicycles, riding a wave into a future of pedal power and ecological sanity!
Well, easy to see why that caused such an uproar, Mr. Clist. You are one big troublemaker.
Well, thank you.
But here's what I'm thinking, Cy. Dialogue. I mean, where's the give and where's the take? It seems to me that your philosophy leaves no room for compromise, for a world where bicycles and cars can coexist in harmony, together, in harmony.
Oh, the time for harmony is long gone, Isabella. This is a war.
Well, no, I'm a pacifist, so I'm all about harmony. Now, the first campaign that you launched after you had this dream was
the Finger Campaign, where every cyclist took every opportunity to give car drivers the finger.
And what was the purpose of that?
To demonstrate that cyclists and drivers can never be friends, will always be enemies.
But it was a limited success. Let's watch the footage.
It was not a success. For sure, we faced a learning curve when we switched from peaceful tactics to aggressive tactics.
Yes, but it was a disaster. And isn't it now one of the favorite tactics used by car drivers? Isn't that true?
Right. As the war intensifies, we find tactics that work and tactics that don't. For example, causing massive gridlock works great for cyclists. It's a nightmare for drivers. We have been able to develop 12-hour traffic jams, which means that some commuting drivers get home from work only hours before they have to leave for work again. This is incredible progress.
Yet many say that your tactics go too far. Some say way too far.
Yes, of course. But there are many strategies. And while some go too far, others don't go far enough. Each day, we discover new tactics. We are now using psychiatrists and strategists to profile the car driving mentality, to exploit his weak psyche. We have learned that the car driver is an immature and spoiled child who wants immediate gratification, who wants everyone to get out of his way, who wants the sandbox to himself. He is the child who refused to share his toys, but instead of using his toys, used them to hit other kids over the head.
Yes, I want to get to that, but let's not forget I have not given up on a dialogue here. That is my goal. And let me make it clear to you here today. That is what I intend to get. Me, Isabella Buzzer. I'm thinking what? Well, I'm thinking that maybe this is a chance for cars and cycles to get along. We find the common ground and we solve the issues. You know, I've always believed in dialogue. Always. Which is why I can't understand why we can't solve, for example, the Palestinian question, the price of oil, global warming. I don't get it. And I certainly don't get why we can't solve the cycle car problem. And for those of you who say it can't be done, I say, just watch me. Now, let's go now to the driver's viewpoint with Carl Driver, head of the Militant Drivers League. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this short break. I'm Isabella Buzzer, so don't go away.
I used to hate pumping up a flat tire. It really seemed to drain my energy and take a long time. And then I discovered Pam's pumps. They're cleverly contoured to give constant pleasure and stimulation. So when your tire's pumped up, so are you.
I love using them too. I get excited when Rick gets his pump out, and I like to give him a hand. Now his muscles are so hard, he makes me feel safe and warm.
Pam's pumps for people who have almost no energy but still want stimulation.